Hello, it's me again. So this is the video only specific to what are this, what is the pay for the IT jobs here in New Zealand. So let's get started. As I've said in my previous video, there are 4 different categories, isn't it? But when you see on a high level with respect to the pay, the permanent full-time jobs are the fixed term jobs. They have the same salary. There won't be any difference. And for the contract jobs, you will have different salary, but with respect to the part-time jobs, there can be permanent part-time jobs and there can be contract part-time jobs. So that's why I would like to explain the salaries for permanent jobs and contract jobs, and you can calculate the earnings based on the number of hours that you would like to work with respect to the part-time jobs. So if you start with the permanent jobs, so usually we call them as freshers in India, but here we call them as graduates. So when you just finish your course and you are starting your job as a fresher, you don't have any experience, and it depends on the type of a company. So that's why I would like to give you a range. So if you're starting as a fresher or a graduate, you would start at a salary of 65,000 New Zealand dollars per year to 80,000 New Zealand dollars an year. And then if you go on to get promoted to the next designation, like a software developer or a software tester, then you would have a salary range. This is all for permanent jobs, between 75,000 New Zealand dollars per year to 90,000 New Zealand dollars per year. And I should also say that there usually won't be so much difference for a salary of a developer when compared to a salary of a tester. Usually they are one and the same. When you talk about the senior roles, so it could be senior software engineer or it could be senior software tester. So for both of them, the salary range would be starting from 90,000 New Zealand dollars per year to 120,000 New Zealand dollars an year. And then the next category would be leads or managers. Usually there won't be so much difference for a salary for a lead or a manager. So it would usually between 120,000 New Zealand dollars to 150,000 New Zealand dollars. So these are all for a permanent jobs, and there would be a lot of difference, because for permanent jobs, when we talk about permanent jobs, it's per year usually, because there would be other benefits that the company would be giving. But as I said, for contractors it's always per hour. So because the number of hours that you would work for a day would differ, so it would be per hour, and based on your contract, per how many hours you work in a day or how many hours you work in a week and how lengthy is your contract, you can calculate the rates. So I'm just going to say per hour rates for contracts. So when you usually there won't be any contract jobs as far as I know that would be available for graduates and freshers. I haven't seen. They usually start on a permanent jobs. So the starting point for a contract jobs would be the normal software developer or a software tester. It would be $70 per hour to $90 per hour. And then the next category is the automation, because usually automation testers would have almost the same pay as a developers, because like both of them code, there won't be so much of a difference. There would be manual testers as a contractors would be paid less, but automation testers would usually be paid more than the manual testers, obviously. But manual testers, if you want to do a contract jobs or anything, they would not usually, even with respect to permanent jobs or the contract jobs, with respect to manual testing, they won't look for somebody to get outside from New Zealand, because there are so many people here in New Zealand that they can do manual testing. So there won't be any hiring that is happening from overseas for at least the manual testing jobs. But if you really want your profile to look and stand out, then it needs to have a lot of automation testing on it. So with respect to the automation testers or a software developers, the salary range for contract jobs would be starting from $90 per hour to $120 per hour. And then if you grow up to the roles like lead roles, because there would be contractors also for leads and manager roles, so for them the hourly pay would be something between 110 New Zealand dollars to 130 New Zealand dollars. So and this is like 110 to 130 New Zealand dollars per hour. So all the contract jobs are like hourly rates. So this is the information that I have for you with respect to IT jobs here in New Zealand. Please do let me know if you have any questions regarding the IT jobs here in New Zealand. And the next coming video is on how to look or where to look and find for the proper IT jobs or any other job here in New Zealand. So please stay tuned. Take care until then. See you. Bye bye.